Hey guys, welcome to our kitchen. For those of you who obviously don't know us, we are Rick and Kara. We currently live in Moab, Utah. We like to cook, we like to eat. So we figured after watching some YouTube channels of other people cooking, we figured, hey, we can do the same thing. We love to cook, we love to eat. Today we're gonna start out with our first video. We're gonna make a barbecued meatloaf on a stick. It's gonna be my own version. I like to watch other people cook and then I like to put my own twist on it. So that's what we're gonna do today. So stay tuned. I'm gonna go ahead and cut up some green peppers, some onions. We got fajitas, some hamburger meat, 80-20, and we'll go ahead and mix it up with some spices and we'll show you guys how I make my own version. Let's start cutting on my onions real thin. I like to cut mine up and down this way. As you can see, I've already cut from another recipe this way. Kara likes to do it the traditional way. She likes to cut slices. She said this is actually the wrong way to cut an onion. I'm not sure. This is just how I do it. Gives me a little gripper here. Now I'm gonna go ahead and dice these up. I'd probably cut my finger off if I tried. So I'm not gonna do that. I'm not all fancy dancy like this here, like you see on most channels. I'm just an average guy cooking who likes to eat, try new recipes. Next, I'm gonna go ahead and cut a green pepper. I normally cut mine like this, so I can pull the top off. But what I do here is I take the top, just give it a little twist like I'm sure everybody else does. Go ahead and get rid of all that stuff on the inside, all the seeds. Then I'm gonna go ahead and wash it out. That's nice and clean. This part here, I just normally set aside. I might come back and use it if I need it. I don't think I'm gonna need it today. So I just do the same thing like I did with the onions. I just cut it up. And first I cut a whole bunch of little slices, then I go back in and I'll dice it up. Like I said, there's no special technique here. I'm just trying to dice it all up, finally. I'd say we're getting close to enough. I just want to get it a little more fine. Make sure I got all the big pieces out of the way. Now I can go ahead and mix these two together. Get these over here out of the way. All right, guys, so what I did is I went and got me some hamburger meat, some 80-20. You can find it at any grocery store. It's just regular hamburger meat. And what I'm gonna do is start mixing everything in now. I'm gonna take my onions and green peppers. I'm gonna put them in. And this is about a pound, pound and a half of hamburger meat. So it should make enough barbecue shish kebabs on a stick for me and Kara. Then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add a little salt. Just a couple little sprinkles here of salt. I'll try to stay a lot away from the salt, even though it gives great flavor, because I just don't like a lot of salt. Put you some pepper in here. Just get it nice and good. All right, here we got some garlic powder. Garlic powder is one of my go-tos. I love me some garlic powder. Just gotta, this is a brand new one here. So just give me a second to take the lid off. Brand new garlic powder. Alright, ready? Make sure I click up the right side here. Garlic powder, boom, boom. I like to use quite a bit of seasoning, because I want flavor. I like flavor. I like a lot of flavor. Sometimes I overdo it, but I like flavor. This I got off Amazon. This is really good stuff. Killer Hogs. It's rib rub, but I like to use it on just hamburger meat. It tastes really good. So I season it up real nice right there. And then this is my little twist on it. I'm gonna add some French's yellow mustard. So I'm gonna add a nice little squirt of this French's yellow mustard in here. All right. And then basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and just mix this up, and then I'm gonna create my meatloaf on a stick. All right, now I got that all mixed up like a meatloaf. What I'm gonna do is I got some soy sauce here. I'm gonna add a little bit of soy sauce. just to give it a little more flavor. And what I'm gonna do is add about, I don't know, just a little splash of barbecue sauce. I would say a couple spoonfuls of barbecue sauce. So this is gonna help flavor my meat too and give it that barbecue, you know, just give it that good flavor that we all want when we're making some good food. Like I said, I like to overdo mine sometimes. So, all right. Now that I got this all mixed up and ready to go in a nice ball, next thing I'm gonna do is get my tortillas laid out, and I'm gonna go ahead and get ready to start making these. I grab some soft shell tortillas here. They're about 10 inches. They're just flour tortillas. I'm gonna take about, I don't know, 4 of them. I'm gonna stack them up. I'm gonna go ahead and take my knife and I'm gonna go ahead and cut this into a square. So what I'm gonna do is just push down, cut these into a square. Make sure that I do all sides so we can try to keep it even. Make it into a square. Cut these. I'm just gonna take these and set them aside. Might fry them up and make some tortilla chips here in a little bit. I'll go ahead and cut me another side here. Oops. Hey, like I said, I'm not a chef. I'm learning, but I like to cook. So here we go. I'll cut this last part. And, alrighty. All right, so now that I got my first flour tortilla cut down, I'm gonna take some meat, put a nice big ball on here. So I'm gonna smush it down a little bit, put a piece of cellophane plastic over top, a little rolling pin. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to flatten this out to cover the tortilla. And then I'll roll it, get it nice and flat. Here, I want to make sure I got it. Gonna need a little bit more meat, so I'll move this in. We get a little bit more meat here. I can take this off, fill in the gaps. Maybe just a little bit more over here, and then I'll give it one more little roll with the roly-poly. Alrighty. We'll put it on like this. One more little roll to make sure it's all flat and on there. And then we can move to the next level. All right. There's number 1. I'll go ahead and add level 2. Here goes level 2. Basically, we're gonna repeat the same step. Whole bunch of meat. We're gonna go ahead and flatten it out. Get it going. I'm gonna put the cellophane back on, and I'm gonna roll this out. All right. Now as I'm rolling this, I'm pushing down, so I'm kind of rolling the bottom as well. So if any meat comes out the side or anything, I can use it on the next part. Gonna put that there. Put this here. A little extra down here. I can move over here. We're gonna put our last little layer, square it off here, make sure we got it looking how it looked on the YouTube video. Now the next step, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna cut it into little pieces. We're gonna fold it and stick our skewer sticks in. All right. So we're gonna hold it softly. We're gonna cut it all the way through, like so. And we're gonna repeat till we have all the lines cut. So we're gonna do, let's do, see if I can get 2 more out of here. Cut, down, give it a little push, make sure we cut all the way through. Alrighty, and here goes the last one. All right, now that we got them all cut, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab them and I'm gonna flip them on their side. so. I'm gonna flip them like this. That way they stay like that. Grab the next one. Whoop. Looks like I didn't cut all the way through, so I'm gonna tear this just a little bit. And I'm gonna fold the next one. So we want them to look like this, so we can stick our skewers through. Let me see, this one didn't cut all the ways either. Gonna have to get my knife sharpened, I guess. All right, and boom. And this one's a little taller, but it'll be all right. So, now that we got them like that, we're gonna take our skewers, we're gonna stick them through. I'm gonna make 3. So I'm gonna go ahead and stick them all the way through. I'm gonna try to keep it in the center as best as possible, but obviously, you know, that can be a little difficult. I'm gonna go ahead and put the second stick through the center, like so. And I'm gonna put the third stick in, and then we'll go ahead and cut them. All right, now we're gonna go ahead, now that the sticks are through, and we're gonna cut them this way. So we're gonna cut it into a shish kebab. So it's like this. Go ahead and cut the next one. Alrighty. And then this one, we got a big fatty. So maybe I can put another stick through it and make another skinny one. So let me go ahead and grab another stick. I think I'm gonna make these 2 thinner ones here, just because it's a little too fat. So, all right, we got that there. I'm gonna cut this down. This one's just gonna be a little skinnier at that point. So, there we go. All right, so now we got all our shish kebabs packed in there. All right. Now we're gonna go ahead and move this over. We're gonna take these here. We're just gonna lay them in here and let them start to sizzle. We'll have to come back and do the 4th one probably, because I wanna have room to be able to move them around. And we're just gonna let these cook here till they start to sizzle on each side. We'll go ahead and time it out, and I'll let you know later exactly about how much time I spent on it. But for right now, we're just gonna let them sizzle. All right, they've been on the grill, cooking on the fire, about 2-3 minutes. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and check them out. Yep, they're looking pretty good there. So what I'm gonna do is go ahead and flip them over so I can start cooking another side. Just be careful, it does get really hot in the pan. There might be a better way to do this, I'm not sure, but I know it is pretty hot and they spin. So you just gotta balance them and set them out. Cook this side, and we'll cook the next side. All right, so what you want to do is you want to let each side, as you flip it, you want to let each side brown, probably about 2 to 3 minutes on each side. So it's kind of hard here, likes to spin. I'm going to spin it without burning myself. All right, I'll grab the next one. It's awful hot. Be careful because this is kind of dangerous. I'm going to take them out, let them rest on a plate. Got a little shell coming off here. Push it all back together nice and tight. I use a little knife here. Probably should have some kind of bones or something professional. You know, this one likes to move a little bit. Got them on there like that. I'm gonna throw this next one in so we can go ahead and start making the sauce. I'm gonna leave this at 4, what it was before, move around some of the juice. I'm gonna start making the sauce next. All right, so I'm gonna make my sauce. Everybody on YouTube, TikTok, whatever, they make theirs different. I'm gonna make something probably of my own, so I pulled out a couple things. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start with a mayonnaise base. So I'm gonna take about, I don't know, about 1 heaping tablespoon of mayonnaise. I'm gonna go ahead and go with some sweet Thai chili sauce. It's just a Kroger brand, nothing special. I'm gonna go ahead and get me some of that mixed in there. Probably about the same amount, about a tablespoon and a half. Go ahead and mix me a little bit of barbecue sauce. Probably about a tablespoon and a half. Salt and pepper. Over the bean. Make sure I open the right side. There we go. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add a little bit of this hot honey, just to give it a little kick. Go ahead and put that in there. All right. That's probably pretty much all I'm gonna do. I'm gonna mix this up. This is what I'm gonna make for my glaze. It's gonna go on top. Mix this really good. Alrighty. All right. So like any chef, I'm gonna go ahead and taste it. That's gonna be good. Might add a little bit more hot honey into it. So let me go ahead, get another spoon. Give me another big squirt of that hot honey. I want a little kick on the back end, you know? Grab another spoon here, mix it up. And we're gonna go ahead and go over and glaze them up and get them ready. All right, so I still got the last one cooking here. Got it working in the grease still. Got my sauce going. What I'm gonna do is take these that have been sitting over here, cooling down just a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and just put my sauce glaze all over top of them. That way they can sink in a little bit. These would be really good for like sports parties, football parties, backyard barbecues, Friday night, just hanging out at the house, drinking a couple cold brewskis, mixed drinks, you know. I'm gonna go ahead and flip these over. What I wanna do is I wanna get that glaze on all sides so it can sit there while these are still sitting there warm. I wanna make sure that they're nice and glazed up. So I wanna make sure I lather them up really good. Get that seasoning all down in there. Man, these look like they're gonna be good. I'll let you know at the end how well they turn out. And again, this video comes from watching videos on TikTok and YouTube. This is like a viral sensation type thing that people make. That's all I'm gonna do. Just brush it all on, let it sit. What they call it, set it and forget it. All right. So we got it all brushed up, nice on all sides, and we're just gonna let it sit. All right, now that the last one's all cooked up and charred up, we can go ahead and put it on here. Go ahead and glaze it up. Want to make sure all sides are glazed. And what I like to do is take a little bit of the seasoning that I have left. I like to give it a little drizzle. That's that money shot, as they call it. Get that drizzle going. Oh yeah. There we go. I'm gonna grab this little one here. Got a lot of seasoning on it. I'm gonna go ahead and take it. We're gonna give it a shot. We're gonna see what it tastes like. That's it. Great for barbecues, like I said. Let's see if the flavor is really there. It almost tastes like the breading almost becomes like an onion. Like a shish kebab. Very good. That's how you make it, folks. Make them for yourself. You won't be disappointed.